Team.
Well, everyone, thank you for being here. It is my pleasure to introduce each of these faculty, but first I'm just going to very quickly say I thank you all for being here. I am recording this. I will send out a recording to all who are enrolled, and these are three of my favorite faculty at Omega Institute. And I'm going to start by just turning it over to Dr. T. I want to say a couple words about him. I've known him for about, I think, 3 or 4 years now at Omega Institute. And I have to admit, I've been at Omega Institute for over a quarter of a century, if you can imagine. And the astounding physical healings that I have seen in his class go far beyond anything I've ever seen at Omega Institute or anywhere else. Without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to you, Dr. T. So the floor is yours.
Wow, well, thank you, Brett. That's quite the introduction. I'll try not to disappoint. And after reading up on Karen and Alexandra, I think we should rename this next time called the Taster's Choice call, because everyone on here is about to get a real nice taste of some amazing people, including yourselves.
Recording.
And it's just an honor for me to grab a seat here at the airport. My travel agent made a mistake and somehow booked this flight of mine back to Nicaragua at the same time as this call. And of course, I called him and said, "Hey, what are you doing?" He said, "Well, I lost your calendar." And I said, "Lost your calendar? Wait a minute, I lost my calendar. Wait a minute, I'm my own travel agent. What the heck am I doing?" So somehow the lines got mixed up, and my travel agent is officially fired. But the Angels took care of it. I had a layover here in Houston. I was on the tarmac for 20 minutes. I thought, this is getting close, and I just sat down and we're going to dive in. That's one of the beautiful things about this body of work is we're calling upon the angelic realm. This is how the universe works with applied quantum mechanics, and the angels are out there and they're just waiting for us. But if we just go, "Hey, I need some help," they don't really know what to do, and that's kind of the basis of total knowledge technique. Is that I've been accumulating knowledge of how things can go wrong, and then we call the angels in using observation, visualization, imagination, intention, and belief. And they come in and they do what we direct them to do, and what we ask them to do. And so, without too much more talking, everybody always asks me, "Oh, what's the biggest miracle you've had?" And it's like, "Oh my gosh, where do you start?" It just this, and what do you consider a miracle? We had a call about a week ago, and there was a woman on the call who had been in uterine pain, lower pelvic pain for 14 years, and had a complete hysterectomy and removal of all the parts, and she's still in pain 4 years later. And we watched that disappear in about 3 minutes. So it's really truly a blessing. We had her jumping up and down, and there wasn't a dry eye on the call. And to see that kind of response that fast is the knowledge. And the angels come in. It's a frequency base. They start matching frequencies, whether it's a broken bone, whether it's a tumor, whether it's a pathogen. It doesn't really matter what it is. It's with the right knowledge, we're able to ask them, "Hey, let's find that frequency and get this healing underway." So that's how the TNT, how I teach it, and that's what we do. But what I want to do for everyone today is I want to look at unfounded anxiety. That's a chronic problem in our space, and so many people have this. And I want to address that. But the other thing that I'm going to be addressing is any internal organ concern or issue, whether you got atrial fib, or you have a high blood pressure, racing heart, weird pains on slow digestion, fast digestion. Any of that stuff usually is linked back to the autonomic plexus through the vagus nerve. And so angels have an affinity for that nerve, and we're going to come in and really clean that for you, really clear and cleanse that for you. The other thing I'm going to do today is I'm going to work on everyone's teeth. The teeth don't bother you until you have to go to a dentist. And so I was a little nervous getting here, but I thought, I'm not nearly as nervous as I would be if I had to go see a dentist, because the angels are always waiting. And all I have to do is ask them to come in and help everyone. So I would ask you to take a breath in and breathe out, feel into your seat. And whether or not you have this going on, it doesn't matter. You're still going to get this deep clearing and cleansing. But bring to mind, have you close your eyes and bring to mind fear. You bring to mind fear, anxiety, bring to mind the jitters or the creeps. Probably what people are thinking about me sitting here in this corner here at the airport. But anything that anything that makes you nervous, if you actually feel that in the body, you're the one that has that unfounded anxiety that we really want to get after and address. And so we're going to do that. So I'm going to ask you to take another breath in and breathe out and really relax into that chair you're sitting on and feel into the safety of the chair. As you feel safe, your entire body can start to relax. And when we are relaxed, this is the where the angels have better access and can do deeper work on everyone. And so one more breath in, feeling into that safety and security of that chair, the that perfect ease in every cell. The mind starts to get quiet, the body gets calm, that peace of mind starts coming in. And one of the things angels help us with is getting into the present moment. And when we have and are in the present moment, we have that serenity and tranquility that comes from being so present that the mind doesn't need to wander off into the future or think about the past. And that peace of mind can deepen. And now I bring in it's a different group of angels. And we start right at the midbrain and we start working down cranial nerve 10. It's called the vagus nerve. And how this works is I feel pressure, like a tension in my hands, and we're in everyone's heart right now. So we're cleaning the. It's kind of like I shouldn't say we're an old house, but some of us are over the age of 50 now, and a house over 50 years old, the wiring starts to get frayed, and so we clean that up to the heart. We come down to the lung. We clean that nerve track down to the lungs really clean and clear it and cleanse it. That all feels pretty good today. We're down to the liver and gallbladder. There's branches to the pancreas right here. These are the and spleen. These are the combined organs of digestion. We all think it's the digestive tract, but it's mostly liver, gallbladder, pancreas, and spleen that provide the energy and the substances to digest our food. And we're just going to spend an extra moment here. This addresses heartburn, indigestion, all kinds of things, weird leg pains. Then we come down from that organ and we're into the gastrointestinal tract, and we try to use a clairaudience when we do this work. We quiet our mind as the person bringing the angels in, and they're having me treat the entire gastrointestinal tract on everyone. And we come down further south, and here we're at the kidneys. Now, kidneys are the motion of kidneys is fear, but the adrenal glands sit right on top of the kidneys, and that is the target here today, to really nurture, harmonize the adrenals, the thyroid, the pineal, the pituitary. That really quiets the entire body. Here's reproductive organs for men and then for women. And again, I'm working primarily on the nerve itself so that the energy to the organ helps it be restored. And then we're back over pelvic nerves, right into the spinal cord, all the way up to the brain, and got to clean the brains. So many brain fog, migraine, different brain stuff these days. Our eyes are not as good, our brain's not as clear. Not that we have anything going on out in the world to cloud our awareness, but here's a nice cleansing for it. And I'll ask you to take a breath in and take a breath out. Those of you that felt a physical sensation when we first started, when you thought of fear, that should be way, way less. We're going to the teeth. This is through the trigeminal nerve, trigeminal ganglia. So it's not only the teeth, that ganglia picks up nerves from sense of smell, taste, uh, third eye through the ethmoid nerve, the eyes themselves, the ophthalmic nerve, and all the teeth themselves all have little nerve branches that come off that trigeminal ganglia, feed into that ganglia, and gosh, balance, hearing, taste, smell, third eye, so perception, emotion, connection to consciousness, to the universe. There's some crowns out there, some implants out there that need to be accepted by the body. I'm doing that, asking the angels to do that. The thing with angels, when you have the knowledge, you just hack them. Hey, could you fix that for me? I'm a little tired today. Could you kick it up a notch and fix all that for everybody? And that looks better. And they want me to treat the spine really quick. I know my time is limited, but let's do that for everyone. This just helps with all kinds of neck pain, back pain. They want me to do sciatic, do that. And then they want me to open the heart channel. So we're going to ask you to take a breath in of compassion into your heart, compassion for yourself. And as you breathe out, you just relax. But compassion, I'm going to do that once or twice. Breathe in compassion for yourself, that same care, love, concern that you have for the people around you, your animals, having that for yourself, that mercy and leniency and kindness. And I'll ask you to take a breath in and a breath out. And there you go, everyone. Thank you so much for coming. Turning it back over to Brett, Karen, and Alexandra. So nice to be here with all of you guys. Thank you.
Thank you,
Big love.
Dr. T. Thank you, Dr. T. And for those of you who are meeting Dr. T here for the first time, I just put into the chat the link to his first Omega workshop this year. He's got another advanced training later in the year, but the one in June, I just put the link into the chat if folks want to take a deeper look at that. It's an amazing training. So again, all three of the presenters here are people who I totally love and think are amazing. So if you want to learn more about Dr. T's work, I highly, highly, highly recommend it.
Thank you, Brett.
I become muted. Our next presenter is Alexandra Marquardt, who is somebody who I've known for over 20 years, I think. She was my teacher for many years, and in many ways, I consider her to be my mentor. She was a teacher in vortex healing. I learned the first 4 levels from her, and even when she stopped teaching vortex, I'm like, she's a person who I've always gone to bounce things off of, who's been kind of a guiding light for me. So I'm going to get quiet and turn it over to her so she can show you what she does.
Thank you, Brett. That is so kind. And everyone who knows me and knows Brett knows, of course, that your students become your teachers. So there we have it. It's all a beautiful circle of life. All right. How do I condense generations of what I do into 10 minutes? So here goes. This is going to be doubly, triply intense. And who knows, because everything's changing. So the Omega workshop that I'm doing in June might be exactly like this. I have no idea how the energy is going to set it up. Dr. T and the angels were just so on track with how I see things. And maybe I should introduce myself in a sense that I speak various languages and come from a long lineage of healers. And as we're even talking about this, I want you to take a breath. We're beautifully set up already from the last 15 minutes. And allow yourselves just to be ushered more deeply into what I call this crystalline temple of light. So my job has always been my whole life. It has been to open the door. Now, in the Source of Freedom, which is probably the most basic and the deepest class that I could possibly facilitate. It's interesting how that works. The simplicity is the beauty of it. We go into healing through beauty instead of suffering. And we take everything into consideration. We take all the trauma, the suffering, the karma, and all of that, and develop a movement that I discovered when I was a child. And that movement is to take your awareness and go inside. So rather than, and this came to me, I'm so grateful because it came to me, first of all, when I used to levitate all my classmates in school. I went to school in England. And I would come home and I actually was suspended by the headmaster because I thought Everyone was doing this, but of course, very few people were doing this. But I'm mentioning it because you may have been. You may have been just as sensitive, just as perceptive. And in our culture, it wasn't really accepted. So, of course, I thought I was in big trouble. I come home and my mother just greets me, and my grandmother's there, and they say, "Wonderful that you're home." I was probably 10. "Because you're the best medium we have, and we're just doing a seance. So please sit down. And if it were up to us, you'd never have to go to school again because the angelic realm is your school." Of course, I did, and I learned how to spell and read and write. But that started me off with this incredible support system of knowing that all of our healing is inside. And so as I progressed and went through and learned some Reiki and taught vortex healing, I realized through the people I taught that what I was doing was slightly different and that it had immediate effects. It even as we sit together in this beautiful community, that light that burns in you is brightening. The fact that you're even here and that this source work it's a ground to stand on. So anything you want to do is fantastic. All the methodology, all the knowledge you have, it's really now in this quantum age, it is as if we are coming together as colleagues, as a community that is functioning on the same wavelength. And that's really what I'd like to present in June. But presenting it here in a short time means for me that as we're talking, as we're tuning in, and already relaxing through our body, like we did in the last healing, we can take a breath and allow our systems to expand into their natural state. That natural state is so beautiful that I call the source work healing in beauty. And that beauty is everywhere because then I see the space that you're giving the light, the divine creative life force in you to shine. And as it does that, it doesn't necessarily shine. It could be a beautiful, cool feeling. It could be the angelic realm coming in and supporting this creative divine life force that is in you. And as we pay it attention, it works with us. It's, of course, absolutely intelligent. There is nothing I could tell it to do, but we can guide it. So in this crystalline healing field, this temple of light where you each have your individual space, not your separate space, but your individual space, that space can last forever for you. It's not something you have because someone gives it to you. It's something that you are and only forget about perhaps when life becomes stressful. So the practice of the source awareness work and the source of freedom is just as we're doing now, but much more in depths, although I have to say the energy is really intense today. And will continue to give you nourishment. So the light inside you, and let's just tune into that for a minute. Take a breath. It's not a breathing exercise, so it can be a deep breath, a shallow breath, whatever is comfortable for you and your body in perfect harmony. We're looking for the harmony point. I'm looking for the harmonious vibration that the angelic realm helps us with, that all of your tools, your Reiki, everything that you practice has brought you to. And now we're going to drop through all of that into who you really are. Wow, what a great group. And to be able to just track that in you and support that is the freedom that we're looking for. You're looking for a breath, and you can, if it helps you, you can put your hand on your heart chakra in the middle of your chest, or anywhere in your body that you might have discomfort or just feels cozy. And we're dropping our breath all the way down through our bodies into the center of the heart of the earth. Beautiful. And we're allowing the earth to breathe us. And all the deep knowledge, the creation, consciousness, to be nurtured and to grow. And as it does that in our bodies, some of you may feel that in your heart chakra. Some of you may feel it somewhere else. I'm getting a sense that there are some sort of hip issues in the group, all kinds of different things, but I'm not going to spend time looking at that. We're going to spend time holding that, holding it with all the love in our hearts and turning inwards rather than turning outwards. So there's no channeling, but there's a presence. So just take another breath. I'm going to allow that to have its own cycle. Of course, today it's a very deep, very accelerated cycle. And if it helps you to focus, just stay with your breath. And see if you can imagine or sense source arising in you. Is it a feeling of warmth or coolness? Is it something that you imagine because imagination comes in from the divine? You don't need to perceive anything. If it's just peaceful for you or you feel things moving around, then we're going to allow them to move into harmony so that your body can begin to heal itself. All your bodies. Your mind rebalances. I can really see you've all done a lot of work. Now it's time not to work, but to ground and really live and solidify everything that you've done. We have some beautiful integration coming in. This is your own divine life force. It knows better than I do, than any of us, how to bring you back to yourself, how to give you the freedom and remembering of your own inner strength.
I don't even know how to say it.
This is bringing you back to your own inner force, allowing you to remember your own strength. And it's beautifully grounding today. The world just swirls around and we pay attention to all these things. In Source, we're paying attention to only the most beautiful and simple consciousness that there is, and it's your own life force. And as you practice this, and as we're still in this source temple of light, you can settle and you realize that you become stronger. This light becomes brighter. There we go. The angelic realm is saying we are finished with our short preview. But of course, you're never finished. So that doesn't mean you're never finished for your work. You are never finished with the beauty and the divinity and strengthening that in you. And to have that to get up to in the morning, to have that in our time where everything is pulling us out and pulling us out. That's where my path led me. That's what came to me from many generations of healers and philosophers before me and my family. And I don't know, I think I was on mute for a little bit and I didn't realize it.
No, I had to mute the group because there were some background sounds going in, and when I mute that, it mutes everybody. So then I quickly tried to unmute you. So there was a
Okay,
split
great.
second where you were muted, but I think you were silent at that time. So
Wonderful.
yeah.
So nobody, not that it even, this is the beauty of source. So we're still in it. I don't know if some of you can feel that. This is your own field. This is nothing I'm channeling to you. This is not anything that you have to learn. That's the strangest thing when I first went from teaching a methodology to doing this. Everyone wanted me to explain, but how do you explain? So now I've learned to have some words around it, put a container to it. I have many, many classes that I teach. I do an online thing as well. And I think that this summer at the Omega Institute will give us an opportunity to really be together in person, which is very different. Even though I've learned to break down the Zoom fields and the electronics, and it's different if we're just together. So thank you very much to Brett for this little preview. And I don't know if we have another minute. I don't know if there's a
Yeah, you
question.
got a couple more minutes, and I did put the link to in the chat for your workshop. So again, anybody who's considering it, if you're free that weekend, I would highly recommend taking Alexandra's work. It's really amazing stuff.
And I love questions. I love in the workshop too. I'm really looking forward to any question about the new human and the source awareness inside this incredible container that is upgrading in its frequency and how we're moving into the quantum field. So there really aren't any limits in the workshop. It's, it has a container, but there are no limits wherever all of you want to take it.
Well, thank you, Alexandra. That was amazing. And again, this is all recorded, so you can all re-experience these moments again too. And again, hopefully study with the wonderful teacher of your choice amongst those who are here. So again, thank you, Alexandra. Thank you, Dr. T. I'm going to next quickly introduce Karen Noe. So I've known Karen now, I don't know, what is it, maybe like 7 years, 8 years? I don't know exactly, but I know she's
More
an
than that,
amazing,
yeah.
amazing healer and also a medium. She's a Hay House author. She's known for actually bringing through the spirit of the late Wayne Dwyer, among others. And just a really gentle, beautiful, nurturing soul. So I'm glad to have you with us, and I'm just going to turn it over to you, Karen.
Well, thank you so much for having us here. They both were just amazing souls, and I truly appreciate it. I don't see anybody in the gallery, so let's see if I could figure this out. Hello.
We got people there. There's also some people who have no camera on. We've got about 80 plus people here.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. So I'll just talk and I won't see myself. I'll look at you, Brett. I'll look at your handsome face. just very briefly, when I was younger, everybody asked me if I've always been psychic. And in reality, the most important thing is to understand we all are psychic and we all are intuitive. And that's the most why this class I'm teaching in June is so important, just to open up to our intuitive abilities, which we all have, right? We just have to be more on par with the energy of who we are, which is God within us, which is, you want to call it source, whatever it is, to become more loving, more peaceful, and so forth. And when you tap into that energy, that's when you heal. That's when you're able to receive messages from those who've passed and so forth. So for today, I mean, we have 15 minutes. So how do I put that all in 15 minutes, something that will benefit everyone? It's pretty weird that I can't see anybody, but that's okay. We'll figure it out. Things happen for a reason. So I see some people here. They were in my Reiki healing circle today in Waldwick, New Jersey. Hello, Michelle. Hello, Linda, and so forth. Hi. Oh my goodness, there's so many of you here. Okay, so I'm glad you came today. I'm going to tap into a few things that all of us can do. Our loved ones and the angels are trying to speak to you as much as you are trying to speak to them. They are with us always. It's just we have to tap into that energy. Okay, so there's three common ways, and then I'm going to go into a guided meditation to help you connect with angels and deceased loved ones. And it's the same way to connect with angels as it is to connect with deceased loved ones. It's just a technicality. The angels resonate on a higher level. So to become more loving, more positive, and so forth, it's easier to connect with the angels. And when our departed loved ones speak to us, they come through with their personality. Whereas when the angels come through, we all have guardian angels, which is ours alone. And then there are archangels, who they can be with more than one person at a time, such as Archangel Michael, who's the angel of taking away negativity. Archangel Gabriel helps us to communicate. Archangel Raphael helps us to heal on many levels. Archangel Uriel helps us to more peace in the world, and Archangel Uriel is very much around in the planet right now. But when we're connecting, and when I do this guided meditation, no, it's the same way to connect with both of us. When our departed loved ones come through, they come through in their personality to let the living loved one know that it's truly them. So if they were funny, they're still funny. You know, if they were quiet, they're still quiet when they come through. I have stories for you, and I just love to share these stories during the weekend. And at the end of the meditation, I'll just briefly tell you what we're going to be doing in this workshop. It's, let's see, June 19th through the 21st. This, Brett, I think it's the 6th or 7th year I've been doing this. I can't even remember, but it's a lot of fun because it's hands-on. And you are all able to do this. And yes, you can. The only thing that's preventing you is saying, no, I can't. So the three ways of doing it, the number one way that deceased loved ones and the angels come to speak to us, they speak to us telepathically. We're expecting to hear a voice. We're expecting to see an apparition of what they look like, but they're spirit now. So when they speak to us, pay attention to thoughts that just pop into your mind for no reason. See, a lot of us think, oh, why did I just think of my Uncle Charles just now? Because probably Uncle Charles is speaking to you. So how do you tell the difference between your thoughts and the thoughts of your loved one? You're going to backtrack. So when you have that random thought of a deceased loved one, maybe a nickname your mother called you, or, an event that happened with Uncle Charles, it just pops in your head for no reason. Chances are it's them speaking directly to you. And if it's you thinking about them, you backtrack your thoughts. So if you saw a picture of your mom or Uncle Charles right before this thought, chances are it's you. So you have to backtrack your thought. If it just pops in your head, chances are that's how they're speaking to you. And the more you're paying attention to these thoughts that just pop into your head, the more they'll come. The more they'll come to you because they're saying, oh, you're paying attention, and they will continue to come to you. That's one way of connecting. Second way of connecting, they love to come to us in dreams. So when they come to you in dreams, there's two different types of dreams. One is a dream from your subconscious, which is not them. Dream from your subconscious might feel bad, like your deceased loved one is mad at you, or they're in a coffin. Your loved one will not come through in this way when they're truly there. Okay, so understand that's probably your subconscious trying to resolve issues with your loved one. When your loved one comes to you, you will feel like you won the lottery. I've had dreams of my mom and deceased loved ones, friends, and so forth. When I wake up, I feel like I've won the lottery. It's amazing. They come through, if they're older, they come through as the age they want to be remembered as. If they're children, they actually grow on the other side, but they come through and you will know without a doubt it is them. Okay? Now you want to ask your loved ones and the angels to wake you up after the dream so that you will remember the dream. Because if you don't wake up, you may not remember it. You'll dream the whole night and will not remember it. So ask your loved one to come to you in a dream and wake you up after it so you remember it. And then it's important to be patient and wait, and the dream will come when you least expect it. Okay? And then that's the one way is thoughts, second way is dreams. Third is they love to give us, I call them without a doubt signs, to let us know they're with us. And I'm talking about signs, things that normally don't happen. You know, a bird lands on your shoulder, or you're thinking about your grandfather and a car cuts you off as you're driving and it's your grandfather's name. Or it's your grandmother's birthday and there's a wonderful, as you're thinking about her, you see a rainbow, or the lights flicker, or the perfect song comes on with the words that you need to hear, or your loved one's favorite song comes on at the perfect time. You know what I'm talking about, right? They love to play with electricity, their smell. There's all different ways. I call them without a doubt, things without a doubt signs, things that normally don't happen. So pay attention to those three things: dreams, thoughts, and without a doubt signs. And by the way, just as in dreams, you ask your loved one to come to you and to give you a without a doubt sign to let you know they're with you. And again, it's important to be patient and wait till you see what happens. It is amazing. Now, I'm going to go through a guided meditation, and we have a short period of time. So let's start now. And this is how to, connecting with your angels and departed loved ones. So you want to close your eyes and sit into a comfortable position and take a slow, deep breath in. And as you exhale, let go of any tension in your body. Feel your shoulders drop, your jaw soften, your mind begin to quiet. This is your sacred time. With each breath, imagine inhaling peace and exhaling any stress or worry. Breathe in peace and breathe out the busy thoughts of the day. Now imagine a warm, glowing light surrounding you. The light is soft, golden white, and full of love. It wraps around you like a gentle blanket, holding you in comfort, protection, and peace. In this beautiful sacred light, call upon your guardian angel. Just open your heart and say, "Guardian angel, please come close to me now. Let me feel your presence and let me know you are here." And place your name gently in my mind or my heart. And be still for a moment. You may sense a name, a syllable, a feeling, or a gentle knowing. Trust whatever comes, whether it's now, later today, or in a dream tonight. Now invite the presence of all your angels Say silently or out loud, angels of light and love, I welcome you here. Please surround me and uplift me with your peace and wisdom. And take a moment and feel the space around you shift. You may notice a tingling sensation, a warmth, a lightness in the air. Your angels are here, always waiting for your invitation. Now call upon your departed loved ones whom you wish to come through. Say to my loved ones in the spirit world, please come to me now. Let me feel your presence and know that our connection lives on. You may see their face in your mind's eye, hear their name, feel a familiar emotion or memory rise to the surface. However they come, know that it's real. Your love for each other transcends time and space. Now ask your angels and loved ones for a clear message. Say, please place a thought in my mind, a feeling in my heart, or a knowing in my soul to help me receive your message now. Allow yourself to receive. Don't need to force anything, just be open. A word, image, or feeling may rise gently from within. An answer to something you've been struggling with may become clear. Now ask them, please send me a without a doubt sign, something unmistakable, so that I know with certainty that you truly are here with me. Pause and allow that request to echo into the spiritual realm. Let your soul receive the promise of that sign. It may come as a feather, a song, a rainbow, repeating number, flickering light, or something else only you will understand. It may even come to you in your dreams tonight. Before you go to sleep tonight, gently ask angels and loved ones, thank you for visiting me in my dream and waking me up after it so that I will remember it. Thank you for letting me see you, hear you, or feel your love. Now bring your awareness back to the warmth around your heart. Feel the love that has filled this sacred space. You are never alone. This connection is real and ongoing. You have opened a door that can never be shut. Silently thank your angels and your departed loved ones and say, thank you for being with me today. Thank you for the signs and the messages you send. Begin to return now gently and slowly. Wiggle your fingers, your toes. Feel the surface beneath you. And when you're ready, take one more deep breath and open your eyes. And carry this peace with you and watch for the signs and dreams. Okay, so I am so looking forward to this workshop in June, enhancing your intuition and spirit and psychic abilities. If I may just tell you a few of the things we're going to be covering, we're going to be finding out how to see auras, what they are, clearing our chakras, raising our vibrations so it's more on par with the energy of the angels and deceased loved ones. The difference between angels and deceased loved ones. We'll be doing readings on each other, learning about the four clairs, tapping, affirmations. We'll be doing psychometry on each other, pendulum work, oracle cards, and so much more. And I love you so much. And yes, you can do it. It's not just me. You can do it. Thank you, Brett, for this opportunity.
Thank you so much, Karen. That was lovely. I always love your work. I always Love it when you're at Omega, and I'm looking forward to seeing you there. It reminded me while you were talking, uh, the first time you taught a workshop at Omega, I think it was the We Consciousness workshop, and I remember at the end when I came in, like on that Sunday afternoon, and everyone had surrounded you like you were the mother bee in a beehive. Like the whole class was just around you because they wanted more, and it was technically it was over. The class was done, and they were all surrounding you like bees surrounding the queen bee. So, I love your work and I look forward to seeing you at Omega. And again, anyone who's interested in studying with Karen, I did put her link into the chat for her workshop in June. So please check her out. Check out Alexandra. Check out Dr. T. Again, these are my people that I have the highest respect for. So, check them out. So I guess then I will go ahead and share a little bit of my work to wrap things up. So um, m many of you know me, but I will say a few things about myself, just in case there are those of you who don't know me. My name is Brett Bevell. I'm a Reiki master. I've been a Reiki master since 1995, but I also do other forms of healing work. Was trained in vortex healing a number of years ago by Alexandra, but then I began to branch off into doing my own brand of Reiki, something that I call psychic Reiki. I also have developed another system that I call magical awakening, which is a very powerful healing system that's kind of connected to the wisdom of ancient Avalon. And I'm just going to dive into doing a healing. So I'm just going to invite you all just to sit back, relax, get comfortable in whatever way works for you. You can be seated, you can be lying down. And what I'm going to share tonight is something that I call ultra psychic Reiki. So it's kind of like the next stage in psychic Reiki. It's something that came to me about 2 years ago. Uh, I guess I will share just a little story. So psychic Reiki came to me in 2007 after I was traveling by myself in Asia. I was in Laos in the former royal capital called Luang Prabang. I got very, very sick. All the guidebooks said that if you can avoid going to a Laotian hospital, it's probably best because more likely you'd come out of it something much worse than what you had going in. So during that time, I just hid in my room, did nonstop energy healing on myself for a couple of days. At a certain point, I heard a voice say, "Would you like a new spleen?" Because my spleen was swollen like the size of a grapefruit and I had a horrible fever. And I said, yes, I'll take a new spleen. And instantly I suddenly felt fine. Am I saying a new spleen appeared in my body? No, but I'm saying there was some kind of instantaneous transmutation that occurred in that moment. I was very hungry because I'd been hiding in my room for a few days. I went out to get something to eat at a small Indian food establishment. When I sat down in the outdoor chair, these little plastic chairs, there was an apparently empty chair next to me. But when I sat down in my chair, I felt this amazing presence from this other chair, and I instantly knew that it was the spirit of Mikao Sui, the person that all Reiki lineages go back to. And from him, there came a ball of white light that came into the area of my heart chakra that I eventually realized was not just a ball of light, it was an energetic crystal made out of the light of Reiki. And over the years, I've learned to work with that simply with my mind. I talk to it with my mind. So that's where I use the term psychic Reiki because it's working psychically with the energy. And then about 2 years ago, there was another iteration of that. I was getting ready to teach a 6-month online course. The night before that, I was simply lying in bed. A huge portal opened up in our room. And I felt not just Asui, but I felt the whole group of ascended masters. And they added something to the Reiki crystal that I call the Reiki rainbow sphere. And it brings up this other vibration of Reiki that I call ultra psychic Reiki. So that's enough for me talking. I'm going to send the healing now. So I'm just going to invite the Reiki rainbow sphere now to send sapphire Reiki to your brain and nervous system now. And inviting the Reiki rainbow sphere also to manifest a sapphire chakra symbol and having that moving up and down your vagus nerve to relax your vagus nerve. And also inviting the Reiki rainbow sphere to manifest a sapphire chakra and also Seiki symbol in the center of your head, vibrating and oscillating at whatever frequency is most appropriate for your deepest level of harmony in this moment. And from here, I'm inviting the Reiki rainbow sphere also to manifest a pyramid of sapphire Reiki around you now. And from here, I'm inviting the Reiki rainbow sphere to manifest a healing from the ultra psychic Reiki tree grid for peace, putting you into that tree grid for peace. And just allowing that tree grid to help align you with whatever vibration of peace is most important for you in your life right now. And from here, I'm inviting the Reiki Rainbow Sphere also to manifest a pyramid of diamond Reiki around you now, to enhance and intensify the healing that's already unfolding. And from here, I'm inviting the Reiki Rainbow Sphere also to manifest a sphere of emerald Reiki around that pyramid of diamond Reiki around you now. And I'm inviting the Reiki Rainbow Sphere to manifest a cube of ruby Reiki around that sphere of emerald Reiki around that pyramid of diamond Reiki around you now. And from here, I'm inviting the Reiki Rainbow Sphere to send some ruby Reiki to your 5 viscera, your heart, spleen, kidneys, liver, and your lungs. And from here, I'm inviting the Reiki Rainbow Sphere also to manifest a wave of ruby Reiki running up from your feet all the way up to the base of your spine, shooting up through your spine, out the top of your head, going directly, if you could imagine a straight line going to you and whatever it is you resonate with as the divine, like a straight cord of light between you and the divine. And from here, I'm inviting the Reiki Rainbow Sphere to manifest Reiki lasers of ruby Reiki connecting from each and every bone in your body to each and every other bone in your body now. Manifesting a beautiful web of ruby Reiki light existing inside of you now. And from here, I'm going to invite you to pick an issue, whatever issue you want it to be. You don't need to put it in the chat. You don't need to say it out loud. Just hold in your mind an intention of whatever issue it is that you want healing on. And I'm inviting the Reiki Rainbow Sphere to put that issue into the Diamond Reiki Galactic Healing Grid now. And just asking that Diamond Reiki Galactic Healing Grid to work on that issue in whatever ways in the best harmony with your soul's evolution. And from here, I'm inviting the Reiki Rainbow Sphere now to send you a wave of what I call the golden light of heaven, which is just an energetic blessing that's used in ultra-psychic Reiki. So sending a wave of the golden light of heaven to you now. And from here, I'm inviting the Reiki Rainbow Sphere to bring you into a sapphire Reiki meditation for deep stillness and inner peace. And just let the Reiki do all the work. It will bring you into that meditative state. There's no effort involved on your part. And from here, I'm going to invite the Reiki Rainbow Sphere to also bring you into a sapphire Reiki meditation at the cellular level, to bring each cell, the consciousness in each cell of your body into a Reiki meditation for self-love. Inviting the Reiki Rainbow Sphere to do that now. And from here, again, inviting the Reiki Rainbow Sphere to send an additional wave of sapphire Reiki to your brain and nervous system. And inviting the Reiki Rainbow Sphere to manifest a sapphire choke array at the base of your brain, vibrating and oscillating at whatever frequency, whatever vibration is most perfect to just help relax that reptilian part of the brain that holds that deepest level of fight or flight, that level of fear that sometimes we live from unconsciously. And from here, inviting the Reiki Rainbow Sphere to manifest a diamond Asui master symbol at the top of your crown and at the bottom of your feet and at the outer edge of your aura in the 4 cardinal directions, and asking that these diamond Asui master symbols vibrate and oscillate at whatever frequency is most in harmony for your highest evolution in this moment. And from here, I'm now inviting the Reiki rainbow sphere to send another wave of the golden light of heaven to you now. And inviting the Reiki rainbow sphere now to shift slowly all the different lines of light that it's been sending to now be for the most gentle and most perfect form of integration for you now. And as that integration light unfolds, you may start to feel the energy feeling a little more earthy, a little more dense. And that's because in this stage of the healing, it's designed to remind you that even though you are a spiritual being, you do exist in the world of form. You do have a body. And sometimes energy healers such as myself can almost forget about that. Like we can sometimes want to live way up here. So at the end of the healing, we're just reminding you of your own physical self, reminding you of the beauty of your body, the importance of taking care of your body and being grounded. And in this realm, not that you can't go to the other realms, but be able to come back to this realm. I'm inviting the Reiki Rainbow Sphere just to send another wave of the golden light of heaven out tonight into your sleep as a blessing to your sleep, and inviting the Reiki Rainbow Sphere to send another wave of the golden light of heaven out into your day tomorrow. And inviting the Reiki Rainbow Sphere to send one more wave of the golden light of heaven, just as a blessing to everybody here, including those wonderful fellow co-faculty at Omega, and just sending that wave of light as a blessing so that if you are feeling drawn to any of their workshops or into any of my workshops, that you find your way there in the most poetic, perfect, and harmonious way. I did just put a link in the chat for the Wisdom of the Reiki conference. I do teach several workshops at Omega, but the reason I'm putting that one in the chat is because at the Wisdom of Reiki conference this year, I'm going to share the empowerment for Ultra Psychic Reiki. So anybody who wants to learn it, come to the Wisdom of Reiki conference. We do still have a few minutes. If anybody has any questions for me or any of the other presenters, we just have a few minutes left, but just opening it up and also just giving my deep gratitude to all of you for being here tonight, and to Karen and Alexandra and Dr. T for all of your amazing work and for being here tonight. And I look forward to seeing each of you at Omega, and just opening up. If anybody does have any last minute question, again, it could be for me, it could be for any of the other people who presented tonight, just opening it up. We've got a couple minutes left. And if not, again, I just want to thank you all. I will send out a recording to this. I'm going to put it as a YouTube recording, and I invite people to share it because I don't want this to live, just here. I want it to be shared so that as many people as possible learn about these amazing healers and learn about their workshops at Omega. So I'm going to upload it to YouTube, and then I'm going to email the link out to everybody. If you don't get that link within 24 hours, please contact me, because it just means that it went into your spam or somehow you didn't get it. Somebody wrote
Hey,
a
Brett.
question in the chat. Yes.
Brett, I want to put my my YouTube link for my new video, my Peace and Love video, on the chat. Is that okay?
Yeah, please do. Please do. Yeah.
So that's that song I did. I sent to you.
Oh, cool.
I don't know if I can figure it out.
There it is. It's in the
there.
chat now. Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, enjoy, everyone.
Thank you, Dr. T. I look forward to seeing you at Omega. And again, everybody, if you have any interest in Dr. T's work or Alexandra's work or Karen's work, or if you want to learn more of my work, please find us at Omega or find us where Spirit guides you to meet us. Many thanks to each of you for being here tonight. Any last words, Karen or Alexandra? Anything else you want to share or say?
I want to thank everyone for showing up. And most of all, I'd like to thank Brett for holding the space and creating this forum. It's really special. So thank you. Thank you, everyone, for being you.
And also make sure to everyone to spread the love that you are. The country, the world needs it more than ever. Maureen Kelly? Oh, anyway, spread the love that you are. It's really important right now. Remember, we are all one. So whenever we raise our own vibration, we raise the vibration of the planet.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Amen.
Um,
Thanks, Brett.
Thank you,
Thank
Dr.
you.
T. Thank you,
Thank you.
Karen.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
everyone.
Alexandra.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful rest of your evening.
Thank
I look
you.
forward to seeing you again. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Big love.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Rules, Dr. T.